Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. I wanted to do a video today talking about SteemMonsters and giving some beginner tips. I'm going to shoot for 5 tips here that all new SteemMonster users, Splinterland users can take advantage of to try and gain increasing free rewards by spending nothing but your time and attention. So the first thing is that when you are playing this game, you need to understand the dynamics around um, uh, the structure of your team. And it probably goes without saying, but this is a super beginner tip. Looking for high hit points on the front end and other advantages like shield or void on your front end so that the tank at the front line can sustain being that barrier for your team so that the back end, which is hopefully doing all your damage, can stick around. This is one of my lower accounts. As you can see, most of the summoners are level 1 or 2. On this account, on this map, on this fight, I can only use monsters that have even numbers of mana. Let's try Dragon. I like to pick Dragon when there's this restrictive rule of combat because it allows me to increase the number of cards I have access to. Because Dragon is its own splinter, and then you get to pick 2 splinters because I picked Dragon and then I picked Water. So I've got purple cards that are Dragon cards and blue cards that are Water cards. I did that again because the rule of combat was even Stevens. So even this got kind of tip 2 already. First tip, pick a tank on the front end with high hit points. 6 points, not too bad for low level. 8 points, nice tank with 8 points and a heal function. And the second tip, understand the rules of combat. Even Stevens, what I did was I picked Dragon so that I doubled the number of monsters I can choose from. I like to put in my Furious Chicken or any low-level mana card that has no attack, because that's going to act as a caster. It doesn't have any melee attack, so the system is going to recognize it as a caster, which is going to mean that any enemies that are trying to snipe are going to shoot at that first. I'm looking for cards with low mana cost that have a fairly decent damage, like a 2 or a 4. And I got 2 more points. Okay, that's a pretty good one. I'm going to put him in front. And then, so I got my high hit points in the front with the sea monster. In the second row, I've got a Manticore, which has another set of high hit points. The Manticore has the reach function, so he's going to be able to hit from the second position. The Furious Chicken has no melee attack, so the enemy is going to shoot at him first if the enemy is playing a sniper. Ice Pixie is a very cheap magic caster, only 2 mana cost. And then the Fire Spitter is a flight dragon with 2 attack damage on the via the archery. And so I've got a decent amount of hit points. I've got a lot of hit points. I've got a little bit of healable. I've got a fair amount of damage. My team is slower than probably some of the teams I might run into, but that's not necessarily the end of the world. So starting your team off with the high hit points on the front end, putting your weaker characters at the back end with hopefully some of that sustainable damage, like 2 and 1. That's going to just keep chipping away as long as they're not getting hit down. What was the other thing? So high hit points on the front end, tip 1. Tip 2, taking advantage of, knowing the rules of the game. If they had, this time it was the even Stevens, we took advantage of that by implementing the Dragon team with the blue team. And then third was use low mana characters that are going to maximize your damages to, I guess, fill out your team. This Furious Chicken is a zero cost mana card, and he's not going to do anything except for be a meat shield. See, this guy over here, Feasting Seaweed, has the opportunity attack function, which monsters with the opportunity ability may attack from any position and will target the enemy with the monster with the lowest health. So he is going to seek out my Furious Chicken, or he might seek out this guy because they both have 1 hit point. But just having that Furious Chicken there is going to help because it's giving me a 50% chance of this guy not being struck on the first round. So tip 3, utilizing cheap mana characters. And then one more thing I did was, this will be tip 4, putting the archery units on the back end, because archery typically are not allowed to attack when they're in the first position. So I put this fire spitter on the very back of my team, because if the enemy is going to destroy my tanks and work through my team, I'm giving my fire splitter that much more meat shield. It's got the sea monster in front, it's got the manticore, it's got the Furious Chicken, and it's even got an Ace Pixie all in front, allowing this guy to live longer. And one more tip on that, I put flight here. This character has a flight attribute, which increases the chance of evading a melee or ranged attack from monsters who do not have flying ability. Which is to say that if the enemy had picked a sneak, and they didn't, but if they picked a melee attacker that had the sneak function, I would have an increased chance of maneuvering or dodging that attack. So I think I'm going to win this, but let's have a peek. And this is just for brand new Steam Monsters. I want to give you guys some tips. I'm just going to go through this one battle, and maybe we'll leave it there. Those 4 different tips. And I'm going to go after this with the remaining time. I want to show you guys what I was doing with the dark energy crystals. About a month and a half ago, I posted that I was using. Yeah, we got this one. I was using steam-engine.com to acquire dark energy crystals, and and then use those dark energy crystals to buy untamed monster packs. And with that, I ended up getting about 100, maybe 150 packs. And I'm gonna see right now whether I got any airdrop bonuses from the purchase of those packs. Before we move on, though, see, I got 36 rating from that attack, and I got a little bit of dark energy crystals from having won that battle. Oh, one more tip. Tip number 5. The season is a 15-day season. Every half a month, there's a new season, and at the end of the season, you're going to get loot chests. The higher you climb in your rank, the more loot chests you're going to unlock. 10 days, 2/3 of the season is already over. Now is a great time to be playing this game, because tip 5 is this. Toward the end of the season, you're going to get a balance. You're going to see weaker and weaker opponents within your tier, because a lot of people who play the game a lot are already climbing out of these ranks, these low-level ranks. So, most of the people I'm going to face off against right now, if I was to play another one, I'm going to be able to beat. So I'm going to climb ranks very quickly in the last 5 days of the season. The first 10 days is quite a difficult time to compete, because at the end of every season, all players get demoted to a lower rank. If you were in gold, you get demoted to about silver. If you were in silver, you get demoted to bronze. And so at the beginning of the season, when I started in bronze, I'm competing against silver and gold players, whereas I might be a silver or a bronze character myself. So tip 5, toward the end of the season, really get in here and play hard, play often. That way you're going to climb ranks and get more loot boxes. Okay, so that's 5 tips. And we're going to close the video out, just going to see whether I got any untamed booster airdrops. Let's see, before we do that, so this is the untamed Splinterland booster pack for $2 or 2,000 dark energy crystals, which amounts to about $1 USD currently. You can buy an Untamed Monster pack. You can use dark energy crystals, you can use credits, you can use Steam, you can use a lot of different things. I have acquired 103 packs with this one account. And see, it says I'm eligible for an airdrop. Before we click on that claim now, let's go and see. Buying these packs is, in my mind, if you like this game, a good way to grow your skill, grow your power, because you're going to unlock not only 5 cards in every pack that you buy, but there are 14 special airdrops that will be unlocked throughout the Untamed Sales event. And as they're unlocked, this guy was just unlocked. It says Mimosa Nightshade Legendary Death Summoner. Cool. So that one was just unlocked. Now, after we leave this screen, we click Claim Now. I'm going to have 103 opportunities to get one of those. Let's see if I got one. See, that's the card, Mimosa Nightshade. It's a summoner. Oh man, these bonuses are badass. All friendly monsters receive Void. Are you kidding me? That's huge. And all enemy monsters receive the Affliction effect at the start of the game. That's amazing. This is an amazing summoner card. I have 103 opportunities to get one of these cards. And notice, the chances of receiving a legendary airdrop on average are 1 in 350 packs. Only 1 out of 50 of those on average will be gold foil. So I have a chance to draw a gold foil legendary right now for free. Not saying I will, but let's find out. I didn't get one. Damn, that would have been awesome. But I'll be eligible for more airdrops in the future. I'm going to be eligible for this one and all the remainders because I bought these packs, and I'm going to, I could buy another one right now. Let's get one. Now that legendary monster has been unlocked, all remaining packs, including this one I'm about to open, they have an opportunity to have that legendary summoner, which would be amazing. So just let's go over those tips one more time for any new Steam Monster players. Make sure you're putting the high hit points on the front end. Make sure you're playing to the strength of the given rules of the game. Make sure that you are utilizing low mana characters to fill out your team and taking advantage of their unique traits and characteristics, like that Furious Chicken, which was seemingly useless but was really providing a meat shield. Tip 4, what was tip 4? Tip 5 was keep the archers in the back, and tip 4, I forget, but let's have a look and see what we got here. Bortus. Not bad. That's about a 60-cent card. That's about a 20-cent card. I think that's about a 20 or 30 cents. So this wasn't worth the money I put into it, but I get a lot of dark energy crystals. So guys, that's SteemMonsters, and if you like the content, like and subscribe. It's pretty much the only thing in the crypto world that's keeping me busy these days, keeping me interested, and I've been stacking all kinds of Steam with this game. So come along for the ride, and let's talk Steam, all things Steam. Thanks for your time and attention. I hope you're having an amazing day, and God bless, guys.